with Back to Earth Creations, and welcome to today's Craft Along with Vaughn live stream, where I am crafting, and I am Vaughn, and you are crafting along. No, it's okay. Do what, babe? You might. Today I am sculpting some polymer clay. I am using um, Cos clay in extra firm and medium firm, and I want to make some gemstone.
Well, we know the sound is working.
Okay, cool. I want to make some polymer clay and gemstone or dichroic glass, but just some polymer clay cabochons. I have some ready to go into the oven as soon as that is preheated. That I'll be able to show you from a previous live stream. I finally got the backs put on them. I was just gonna do it through this channel and make myself a moderator.
Perfect.
Like,
Yeah.
okay,
That would be so much easier.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's my hope. Anything to streamline this and make anything just a modicum easier. There we go. And I'm gonna make sure that we are in all messages. Hey, Saki girl, happy Monday. Let's see. I'm gonna type test. We are not dual streaming today just because it was complicated. I'm already a moderator. Did you do that?
I did not.
Who did that? Well,
I guess you did.
there we go. Now I can moderate my own craft, my own live stream. Oh, cheers, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today. This is my second cup of coffee, and it's hitting just right. Now, I've got my pasta machine, pasta, here off to the side. I'm going to try to get everything to where it's in like one angle. Yay, cheers. But we want live streaming to be a lot more casual, and we want it to be, and by we I mean Randy and I, we want it to be easy, easy, no complications to load in. And that's just tricky because like we're trying to streamline it to reduce friction. And the friction that I'm talking about that drives me nuts is like the most minor, insignificant, just inconveniences. But it's stuff like I was trying to do the thumbnail for this live stream because, you know, that's supposed to help it do good or something. Uh, and I messed up doing the thumbnail because I was showing Randy, being like, I was like, which one do you like better? And I clicked back and it got rid of everything. The whole description I had typed out, like just everything. And I was just like, grumph and humble, or harumph and grumble. That's what it is. But just man, just one more little thing. And so I'm trying to work on not having such a crappy attitude as far as being overly dramatic whenever something's mildly inconvenient. But it's just little things like that. And then we didn't know how to get Botrix so we're just not worried about it. We figure we'll show up and just figure it out later. But how are all y'all doing today? What are you up to, Saki girl? I'm conditioning the Cos clay, which is a rubberized polymer clay. I like that it's quite flexible, but it starts off very crumbly. And I think I'm going to use a different, less flexible polymer clay for the back of this pendant. Because otherwise, if the whole thing flexes too much, I can actually have the cabs like pop out. We're also experimenting, streaming to just YouTube in the horizontal like this. At work lunchtime and watching my favorite craft person. Shit, Saki girl, you're such a sweetie. Like, I just gotta let you know, I appreciate you so much. Like, thank you for being here and being you. Like, that makes my day. We're gonna squash this clay together a little bit more. So with that being said, let's see what I want to do for the back of this pendant, because not every material is perfect for every purpose every time. And while I like the Cos clay for sculpting the fronts of things, especially for doing little details that I don't want to get broken off, I think doing the back out of a non-flexible clay is going to be a good call on this one. Alright, so I'm just going to lay that on there. But first, I want to get a good portion conditioned out. Oh, and also we posted on the main channel, the Back to Earth Creations channel, I posted our Monday shop update that has like the booth set up and different things. Like I'm pretty sure you already saw it, Saki Girl. I don't know if I answered to your comment yet, but we got that posted, and then I also posted over on Making It on a Quarter, our brand new homestead channel, which I'm really excited about. I was gonna post my beef tallow project, but YouTube was like, you can't post videos longer than 15 minutes. And so I was like, well, boo. So I posted a short instead. So we'll see how that goes. But it's fun to be doing things, to be starting projects, like actually, having the dominoes start to fall and action be taken instead of, just locking down the channel name or just recording stuff. Like it's scary, but that seedling's never going to grow if we don't crack out of the shell of our seed of the idea. So that's my thoughts on that. Just cranking through the pasta machine, and it is such a beautiful day today, so mild outside. I do have the door shut because Mr. Podums keeps trying to break in. The booth looked awesome. Dang, I need to make sure I'm on the Homestead channel. Oh, you're good, Saki Girl. I haven't even really been telling anybody about it because, or maybe I have, I don't know. It's been such a blur. I think, I go out on a branch here and say, I think I've been overstimulated for a while. So I'm cutting myself some slack and just letting go of any of the performance pressure that I've put on myself because, quite frankly, I evolved to eat potatoes in a cave, not manage like 4 YouTube channels as well as everything else, and just information overload and blah blah blah, etc. So I'm gonna pretend I ate my potatoes. I don't need to pretend that because we had potatoes for breakfast. It was awesome.
They're amazing.
They're amazing, sister. You really think so? Ah, Longevity says, hey, Vaughn, love you having fun. Adding to the algo. Peace. Bye. Hi and bye, Longevity. Thank you for your support. But I'm going to pretend like I got my potatoes in me and I'm just settling down in my cave to smash some rocks together. This is the modern version of smashing rocks together. Oh, hey, Khalidi. It's been a minute. It has. So glad you had a super Dragon Con. Dude, us too. With your magical dragon heads. I'm so excited about them. Like, just all of that. I can't believe, like, I just can't believe it. So I'm just going to sit here and feel good about it while squishing some clay. All right, so there's that. Let us see. Do I have some in, like, I'm looking for just my plain old black sculpting. Because I kind of want to try, you know what I want to try is adding some of that. I found, I don't know if it's by Sculpey or Kato, but it's like a super intense color additive that you can put into like your scrap clay to get it to look all, like one color. I don't know if they have multiple colors, but I know they have black. Have any of y'all used that? Like, do you have any recommendations? Hey, Cindy, how's it going? Hey, Amy. It's nice to see I'm not the only one in the workroom. Took me 2 hours to tidy up so I can make more messes. I love to craft along with Vaughn today. Yeah, I gave up on tidying and just bleh. There's just stuff everywhere. So I was like, all I need is about 6 square inches to work today. Though more is nice, but we'll see how that goes. Because I also have, y'all, did I tell you we got into the Moth Market? So I am super duper cray excited. But we have all of these chipped and slightly damaged labradorites that we had gotten and collected over the years. So I'm going to try making some polymer clay jewelry inspired by them for our upcoming event, which is the Moth Market in Springfield, Missouri on October 18th. And I can even show you guys. I'm so excited. I redesigned the booth. So this is our 10 by 10 setup. So I think this is how we're going to do it. So I don't know if I'm going to be bringing more headdresses or dragon heads or what, but Randy and I are going to be bringing our director chairs because I don't know if the facility provides chairs. I don't know if they provide electricity. So that we're going to be facing a lot of unknown variables, and I have emailed them to ask these things, but I haven't heard back yet. So I always design with self-sufficiency in mind. Like that's our top priority, is I want to be able to do it our own selves without any complication. And it is really nice to have the director chairs because while they take up a bunch of space in the van,
They're quite comfy.
they are quite comfy. And my favorite feature about them is they get us where it looks like we're standing. So we don't have to get up and stand and greet every single person. We can just sit and greet, which if it's a slower event, that increases our quality of life so much. It sounds lazy because it is, but it increases our quality of life to the point that it's like this is nice and I don't want to go back to sitting in questionably comfortable convention center chairs. So I don't know if I want to do this one first. That's definitely one that I'm interested in doing today. Let's start with something kind of simple and straightforward. Now also, I'm always making these way thicker, I think, than what they need to be. So I'm going to put this onto the second setting, the second to thickest setting on my pasta machine, and roll that out. Again, I'm so sorry, I'm so scattered today, but that's okay. Moth Market. How many days is the event? It's a single day. We were thinking, since setup, I think, starts at 8 a.m., it opens to the public at 10 a.m. It's an hour from our house. I mean, we could leave the morning of, but we were thinking about going up to, and getting a hotel. And that way we're already in the area and we can just drive over, set up, sell, tear down, and drive home. But we'll have to see. We may end up staying with a friend, but we'll see how that goes. Hey, Katrina. But yeah, it's just a single day event, which hopefully it'll be just awesome. But the thing I'm really excited about, in addition, another thing I guess I should say that I'm really excited about is the ballet dance troupe that I study at their studio, but like the performance troupe is going to be performing there, and I haven't gotten to see them perform live before, so I'm really excited to get to see them perform live. So yay, that'll be neat. Nios, omnamne, doo doo, doo doo doo, doo doo doo. So I'm just thinking. Let's start with maybe this ovally labradorite. That doesn't have much of a flash. Maybe from this angle. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, that is pretty. Okay. So I'll do it this way, I think. Yes, that's perfect. I love it. And then I want to do maybe a little, let's do a leaf shape. Because I thought doing this oddity market, because the Moth Market is kind of like a curiosity expo or something. It's purely a vending event, even though they do have a taxidermy class as well. So we'll do that. We'll do like a hole to do the bail through up at the top. And then I'm going to kind of draw in where I want other shapes to be laying. So there will be that, and then I could do like granules. This is my first time doing a sketch like this. Do I want it going off in that way, or do I want it going off in this way? I think like this. Mm-hmm. Do-do-do. Do-do. Do-do-do. Yeah, I'll do the granules on this side. Because this can be as messy of a sketch as what we want. We just gotta start figuring out what it is that we want to do. So it's going to be a little Zentangly. It's going to be a little So I don't want to forget that this is going to be a leaf. So I'd want to put in those segments like it's a leaf, and then we can design around that, I think. Now we'll put, oh, which way was I going to do that? Yeah, that's the way up. There we go. And then, yeah, so we can do, if I had some little gems or something, we could do one there. Like a 6 or an 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I like that. And then here on this side, we can do some texture. Let me zoom in. Hey, Anika, how's it going? Let me keep it on live chat. There we go. Saki Girl says, so happy your dragon head sold well. They are so amazing. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad too. We really needed it to go well. Hey, Tash. It's a wild Vaughn. How are you doing? Hey, Katrina. Oh, how many days is the event? Yeah, that's a single day. Okay, just making sure I get caught up on comments, because my goal is to be able to use these live streams that we're taking for doing like, not like compilation videos, but like I might be able to get at the very least a short out of it, you know, or prototyping for tutorials or things like that. So in the spirit of this being a little Zentangle, I'm just going to keep adding that little stipple with the tip. This is just a silicone sculpting tool. And I'm just using it to kind of sketch. Oh yeah. Okay, so I like that, where it's just little sculpt lines. Because I think the magic happens in the details. And so anytime that I can do more details, the better. And so with that being said, this one I am going to go ahead and do and then we're going to do the stippling. Just have fun. I mean, not to be this way, but like none of this matters. What matters is having fun. Because if I like I want the happy brain chemical to happen in my brain. And so it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to look any way other than what it is. But I want to have fun. And for me, that usually involves making something, learning something, and being challenged. Unfortunately, I'm always a little challenged. So we're like halfway there already. Aw, thank you, Saki Girl. She says, hey everyone, remember to give Von's video a thumb up. I'll even thumbs up my own video. Boom.
Thumbs up my own video?
Drop me on my own head? Yes. I hope my hand's not in the way. My hand's usually in the way. But yeah, I'm kind of just very lightly scraping in some textures that we can either build on or abandon as we see fit later in the process. Y'all, it's gonna be a field trip time. We gotta go pick a leaf. Come along with us. Come with us to pick a leaf. Oh, we must pet the cat. Hello, cat. Here comes the petting. Oh, I love you. I do. I love you so much, my little goopy. She's like, I don't trust you. All right. Let's see. What leaf do we want? Oh, hello, neighbor's cat. You are such a good boy, yeah. Okay, do I want this leaf? Oh, I need to water that plant. That's poison ivy. Let's not pick that. Pardon me, kitty. Oh, that's a good leaf. I'm gonna use this one. Right out my front door. That's perfect. I'm looking for something that has nice deep lines on the back of it. And that way we can get it all ingrained into the clay. We need to get more cat food for the porch cats. This will be perfect. Well, hey, little sprite, how's it going? And y'all, I'm so excited. Randy got me a new otter case for my phone, so that my other one was literally breaking to pieces. So I'm really excited to have a new crispy, clean otter case. Now I just got to figure out how to replace my screen protector that's all jank.
Yeah, no cheese or nothing on.
Yeah, this phone case, let me be clear, has 0 cheese on it right now, and that is going to change probably soon. But very rare is it that I have a phone with no cheese on it. That's how I lure the chickens in to get so I can get pictures of them. Okay, so I'm gonna take this. We've got it there. I'm gonna center the stem up, and then I'm just gonna keep working on it like this. But this is how I like stamping the backs of my pieces, with a natural leaf from my own garden. Are you going to use the white flies too? I don't know what you're talking about. How are you doing today, little sprite? Ooh, Saki Girl says, I challenged myself this weekend, built a mystery machine for my Halloween theme this year. It is out of plywood, looks great, proud of myself. Right on. Like a Scooby-Doo mystery machine? The back of the leaf is coated in white flies. Well, then I'm definitely using the white flies too. Is that what those are? There's no movement. Well, yeah, white flies are free. Whoops. All right. So I'm going to undo all of the work that we just did to rub some dead bugs. If they're not dead, they will be soon. Into our leaf. Says Randy. And I just want to show you the imprint that gives us. White flies and all. Look at all those dead bugs. Can't get this many dead bugs in other people's jewelry.
Perfect for the Moth Market.
This is a Back to Earth Creations exclusive. The dead bugs make it cost more. I'm sorry, nature. I just came in like a little Cthulhu and destroyed their whole day. All right. Well, not okay. I do wonder how much of my own life I just completely miss because of my poor eyesight. Okay, now there's that. Now I'm going to take this knife. I wonder if the different temps that will be created will impact the clay. It is an oddity show, that's true. I'm just working now, says Little Sprite. So nice to have you on in the background. You always inspire me. Oh, well, that makes my day, Little Sprite. I like getting to keep y'all company. Different temperatures. How do you mean? There we go. Whoop. There we go. Oh, interesting. You're doing this now one. I'm about to go set up my pasta maker and begin my polymer clay project as well. Ooh. So yeah, and we could use these elements, the other imprint parts from the leaf, to use in another project. don't know, I kind of want to just smush it together. Usually if I'm working with polymer clay, I try to make sure that they have the same baking temperature. Otherwise, I'll go with the lower baking temperature, but just bake it for longer. The concept of rocky clay baked in a straw bale with different dung is that the various organic things burn at different temps, creating multiple colors in the finished bisque. Oh, okay. Well, I'm cooking mine in just my, like, regular kitchen oven. So bugs will burn at a different temp than the polymer. I'll be curious to see if it impacts the polymer clay. Oh, yeah. We'll see how that goes. And now I think I'm going to feed this clay, bugs and all, through my extruder. And I'm not using the extruder that I use with my feet because that one's for monster clay. I'm going to be using this extruder because it cranks and I like that. Just unscrewing it. And then we'll get to pick out a different... We'll go ahead and start with the thick one that we are, like the thick extrusion cap that we have right now, because I think that'll give us a really cool, like I want to do a couple of different thicknesses and get some different textures going on in here. So we've just got a little bit of scrap glow in the dark in there. I'm going to zoom back out just a smidge. Well, I've seen people make jewelry out of like resin and freeze-dried variety of bodily fluids. So bug jewelry probably isn't going to be the weirdest thing. Like if you've been on the internet, this is not going to be the weirdest thing you see today. So far, says Randy. Oh, I love that man. Okay, so I cranked it out way farther than what I needed, but I just want to do a little at a time. Cranking, cranking, cranking. Ooh, and there we go. Just extruding that out. My goodness, a clean work surface. Oh, bless you, doggy. A clean work surface would go so far. Oh, honey. Is he all right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he just horkling.
He was itching in his throat.
The bugs will go with the oddities show. Perfect. That's just my dog. He makes that noise now sometimes. Okay. So I gotta get this scooched to where I can have my face all up in my project without my head being in the way. So the thing is with this is if I do it like this, there's not really going to be anything holding, like I don't have a bezel holding the stone in, if that makes sense. So I kind of want to imprint this. And you know, I bet I'm just gonna get this put back on dead bugs and all. My goodness. How did I have that lined up? Let's see. Can we get a perfect realignment? I don't think so, but I'm also not too worried about it. So there's that. So I'm just going to keep working on this leaf. Yeah. I'm not going to yuck other people's yum. I mean, dollar bills, get it. But, you know, to each their own. So now let's use this needle tool. Hey, Randy, could you help me with something real quick?
What's that?
Could you put the tile that's on the stove into the oven for me and set a 20-minute timer? Yes, please. And so now I'm going to dig out just a little bit here. And let's see. I have a little loop tool here that we can do that with. Thank you, baby. Whoop. It just slid on down. In case a doggy want to come on in. But yeah, I just want to scoop some out so it can be a little inset. Come on, get out of there. There we go. Just scrape, scoop, scoop. So what are you going to be making in polymer clay today, Georgia Homestead? Because sometimes for me, sculpting is a little overwhelming because it's like, oh, you could make anything. And so it's like, oh goodness, what a place to, you know, how do you narrow it down from there? Low Spike says, you may have covered this, but if you have a toaster oven, can you use that for baking the clay? You can. I highly recommend doing like a test piece first of your clay because some toaster ovens can heat unevenly. So if I were doing it, I would make sure to always preheat my toaster oven. And whoop, whoop. Well, I don't know if having this leaf on there is going to be a good idea. But I would make sure to always preheat my toaster oven and to do a test piece before putting in my, you know, just probably before the first time, you know, baking your clay. Just test it and see. I'd put in the cookie sheet that comes with the toaster oven and put just a cutout of my, you know, thickest setting on the pasta machine shape in each, like it's cookies on a sheet, and see if some burn more than others, or anything like that. I mean, hopefully they won't be burning at all, but that's what I would test for before cooking in a toaster oven. And really that same thing can be said for a regular oven as well. You know, it may have cool spots or hot spots, but preheating goes a long way in preventing your piece from burning. So yeah, just scraping away. I mean, it's nominal difference at this point, but every little bit. And I'm hoping that this will help me to not have to make the piece so thick. And that way we'll be able to, I don't know, have a nice, easy to wear, elegant statement piece that doesn't look like it's got dead bugs hidden in it.
All the fun.
Randy says, take all the fun out of the job. And now we can also totally add in some texture. That way, if we want to use an adhesive or something, this gives more surface area for that to bind to, in theory. That's my theory, at least. Now we can just squish that down and in. I'm going to make a nice little thin snake first. Snake, snake, snake. I'm sorry. I spend too much time on the internet and don't hang around other human beings quite enough. So if I'm an odd duck, I'm just doing my best. Quack, quack. All right. So I'm just going to put a little snake around the edges here. Setting it with my fingies. And then I'm going to use a ball stylus or something. We'll see. What am I going to use? Yeah, ball stylus sounds good. And I'm going to kind of try to, I don't know, blend this in, I guess. just to get a little bit up over the edge of the stone. Like this is going to be our decorative bezel. But yeah, okay, so I was feeling super overstimulated and feeling like, I don't know, I just didn't want to feel the way that I was feeling, so I was looking for a distraction. And so I was watching some YouTube videos, and one of them was like, I like this, it's like after school. I like the, you know, Alan Watts and some of the different things and the animation style. Like, I like it. And I clicked on one of those, and it was like, neuroscience to hack your brain was the, you know, thumbnail. And I was like, I could hack my brain probably. Um, and at some point in the video, the narrator was like, you know, if you picked up the New York Times, you would be exposed to more information in that one magazine than what a person 100 years ago would have been exposed to in their life. And I'm like, okay, first off, I don't know if that stat's real or not, but just the concept in general. Whether the stat is accurate, the concept I know is. And so I just turned off YouTube and like just did nothing but hang out with my own self for like the next couple of hours. And that helped so much just in, you know, like giving my brain just a minute to calm down. Like sometimes I need to cut myself some slack, and I don't have to always be creative and producing and posting and, you know, all of these things. Sometimes it's okay to just be. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm just being. So thank you for being here with me.
Welcome, Sabea.
Sabea was watching your new video and realized you're live. Aw, well, hey Sabea, how's it going? Did everybody get the newsletter? Because we put more info about the camp along in the newsletter. Like probably the most useful bit of information in there is where where the potluck's being held at our campsite. Um, but I'm so excited. How are you doing, Sabea? How have you been? Okay, so now we've blended our bezel kind of up from the leaf onto the cab and blended it some. Yay, got the newsletter. But that information is going to continue to be in our newsletters moving forward until the camp along. And now, because I kind of, it's not that I don't like nice, smooth, minimalist, like sleek jewelry. I love it. It is I love even more texture. Boom. So I'm putting just some lines all in the same direction, kind of like they're radiating out from the center point of the cabochon around the edges there. Sister and I are counting down the days. Eee! Oh, I'm so excited. The only new camping gear we bought so far this year were two things. One of them is screen patches, because apparently you can't just put a full-size hammock frame inside of a tent where it rubs up against the end of the hammock poles. That wore through the screen a little bit on our tent, but it was fantastic stargazing in the backyard, and it kept the mosquitoes off of us. So no regrets, but we got a patch kit for the screen and a 50 amp to 20 amp adapter for the electric, which that'll just be handy to have, I think, in general. All right, very pleased with that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that gentle, like, stipple texture. Nah, I'm gonna leave the texture exactly how it is. Ooh, Georgia says, I just bought a toaster oven from Amazon just for the polymer clay. Ooh, it was $22 and will live on my screened-in porch and back so fumes aren't going to fill the house. That's where I do the resin too. Oh, that's really nice. Okay, so I'm going to cut this end at an angle. And then I'm going to bring this around. And then I'm going to cut that at just a slight angle, being careful to not cut through all the way because I can just pull off the end like that. And now we can come in and try to get these like touching. Boop. There we go. Now we could put some sort of dot or something over that too, but I'm going to see how well I can just blend the line. That's very thick for what I was imagining. So I think I'm going to lift that off. I'm going to roll all this back up, and we're going to pick a different extruder size for making the snakes that we'll be using to doing the details on this. Julie says, oh, hey, Misty. Misty says, wow, I couldn't get one at Goodwill for that price, right? Hey, Julie. She says, hey, everyone. I'm back to being a bit healthier and doing stuff again. Oh, that's such good news, Julie. I've missed so many live streams over the last 3 years. Miss you all and wish I could travel and meet everyone at the camp. Oh, Julie. Well, you get to be here with us now, and I love that. So, welcome. Says Little Sprite says, that is so awesome and a great idea to put on the porch. Starting to get all sorts of ideas, right? Ooh, Georgia says, Vaughn, have you tried to use a past extruder to make beads? I don't know what that is. Ooh, so we've got some super thin ones, about that size, and then we've got some slightly thicker ones. We got a super thick one. Let's see. We've got a super thin one. Oh my goodness, look at that. I don't think I'm gonna be using that one today. Oh, but like you can do like a triangle. There's an, look at these. This is perfect for making hair and like beards, like little gnome beards. That's cool. Just a little teardrop. Thug life. This one would be pretty cool, I bet. And then I wonder if we have any smaller half circle. Nah, just that one, but that's pretty neat too. So I think I'm going to go with this one for right now. Yes, this one. And then I'm going to set that one there on top. We're going to put our clay whoop, down in the chamber. What is a past extruder, Georgia? Wait, could that have been paste extruder? But I don't know what that is either, so. Cranking. Oh, I just want to see what it looks like when it comes out. Look at that. It's alive. And this is just, I love this tool because I would not get the results as far as how quickly this is coming out. Oh, well, I hope they're long enough. How consistently sized. Like, it's just super duper handy to use the extruder. Okay, so I'm going to start with, I hope they're long enough. If not, then what we'll do is we'll do one down one side and one down the other side, and we'll just join them at the tips on each one. Yeah, I'm much happier with that thickness. But let's see if we can bring it around town. Not quite long enough. That's all right. Just rolling. Not happy till I've fiddled with the tripod. Every so often. Hydrate so you don't dehydrate. Hydrating with actual water today instead of just coffee. That's always a good thing.
I don't even know who you are.
Randy says, I don't even know who you are. And I'm saving these little ends because a great way for making consistently sized, like, ooh, I bet this one's long enough to go all the way around. It is. We'll use that one. But a good way of making consistently sized granules is extruding a bit like this and then cutting it at slightly either consistent increments or slightly increasing increments to get a nice like gradient. So again, I'm going to start with cutting one end at an angle. And then we're going to place that one up at the top. I'm just going to place this clay around. Kind of just petting and encouraging that clay around the rest of the way. Ooh, and we could do it like this. Where it like curls down. We might do that on the next loop. But I just want to take this and we're going to cut through right there. And now I'm going to try encouraging these ends together. And so I'm just feathering a little with this silicone sculpting tool. So there's that. I think my ravioli maker would be a great way to produce clay bezels that hold cabochons. Okay. I'm still wondering what a past extruder is, if you don't mind answering that. Then, yeah, wanting to make sure that our clay is making pretty good contact. And we could pet this until it's smooth, but again, I love texture, any opportunity. So I'm actually going to come through and just pressing down on the side or with the side of our sculpting tool. Just getting a little bit of that texture, and this is hopefully also helping us to make good contact with the layer of clay below it. Pasta extruder. Oh, okay. It pushes the pasta dough out in various tube shapes. Oh, I've never even heard of a pasta extruder. Thank you. Maybe. It's certainly worth a try. And hopefully it's designed to be easy to clean. Because other than that, that's the only downside I can think of, is if it's tricky to clean it. Just getting a lot of nice organic texture there. I'm trying to not drag, I just wanted to press. And then maybe with the back of our craft knife, we can come through and do slightly deeper texture, but more like segmented. I didn't really have a vision for this pendant. I just wanted to kind of go and see what happens. So anytime that my brain has a curiosity that's like, oh, I wonder what if we did this, then it's like, well, let's find out. because there's no ruining it. You know, worst case scenario, if it really comes out like, ooh, hey baby, could you pull that from the oven for me?
Sure.
Thank you.
Leave the oven on?
If you would, please, yes. But if you genuinely ruin it, just take the, like, just smush it back up and try over. You're like, try again. Pardon me. There we go. And we can also use the back to just kind of reshape that part just a little bit. Okay, so there's that. And now we can extrude some more. Whee! Ooh, I'm not afraid of failing on camera. Right on. Don't ever lose that, because the internet sure will try to crush it right out of you. But it's worth holding on to. But yeah, the internet will get you if you can. Don't let it get you.
Careful. Internet will get you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm gonna really give myself some space. Whoop. Cram that clay in. And I'm going with the smaller, not the smallest, but a smaller extrusion plate. And then, whoop, here it comes. Whee! Now you can feel the tube really heating up, which does make it easier to extrude, but the clay is going to be quite soft. And I am using the extra firm Cos clay for this. And even that just feels super soft, but it also just got heated up. And so now we can take this. I'm going to extract a noodle. Like, I don't know how I'd be able to make, you know, snakes like this long, this consistent in thickness. Oh, Sabea. She says, my sister and I are doing our first market in October, Vaughn. She's been encouraging me to get my stuff out there. Oh, Sabea, that's so exciting. Tell me, like, where is it? Is it indoors, outdoors? Like, that's so exciting, Sabea. Okay. Also, I'm going to mute this real quick, and I'm going to go blow my nose. I feel a little stuffy. I'll be right back. Alrighty, y'all. I am back. It's a small outdoors farm market here in Huntsville. Oh, Huntsville, Texas. Right on. That's so exciting. I wonder, are they going to have you do your own, like, some of the farmers markets, like the one in Webb City, the next town over from us, they've got like a gazebo that you just set up a table under. Whereas the Carthage farmers market, you got to bring your own tent and table and stuff. That is so exciting. And October is going to be perfect for that region, that time of year. So I'm just making a little cute. And I'm thinking that's going to be where we put the hole for the bail through. Or one of the holes for the bail. And I'm not going to trim it because I've got ideas. And I want to be able to let them... It's like not trimming your wire just yet because you want to give yourself options. So I'm just going to taper this end down quite a bit as well. And I want to tuck this kind of up and in and behind. So I'm going to lift that one out quite a bit. And I want to tuck that one in just right there. And I want to bring this one down. And possibly around. So I'm going to take it and I'm just going to pull. I just let it stretch its own self out. It's in a parking lot and we have to bring our own table and pop-up canopy. And once you've got a table and a canopy, like you're good to go for once you do that initial work of figuring out your booth setup and getting the displays and everything that you need, you are now primed and ready to go for any other event after that. Because, you know, whether it's indoor or outdoor, like you're ready. Sabaya, that's so exciting. Ooh, Georgia says, make sure you have sides to your tent so if the weather turns, your art is protected. That is a good idea. Georgia says, good luck. I think you'll find that other vendors are your best customers. Yeah, that's always wonderful when the vendors are generous. Okay, so just going to kind of pet that down into place. There we go. And then now we can take from here, possibly, press that down right there. And I just want to see how this one grows, if that makes sense. And I'm actually I'm gonna put my finger right here and I'm gonna pull. Oh, that was way too long. That one's too long too. There we go. And then I want to take, I put a bend in that one. Well, I'll just pinch that off. I'm gonna roll up that end. And then we'll shape very carefully. I'm entranced by the little tendril ends, whether it's in wire wrapping or in polymer clay or the gourd plant outside. I just love little tendrils. Okay, so there's that. I kind of want to get that clay up out of the way. And I'm just going to set it. I'm having to be really gentle-handed with this, and I'm not a light-handed person, y'all. Despite my best or worst efforts, I'm not a light-handed person. But that's okay. Okay, so with that being right there, I'm going to lift it off. I want to do like texture underneath it. So just using the tip of my sculpting tool. Wow, Georgia Homesteads, we made $600 yesterday. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, Randy and I are really hoping the Moth Market was like a $60 booth fee. And I think we'll be doing real good if we can hit 500 there. Like 500 in a day, like if I can't go home happy with that, then it's like I'm being too hard to please. Yeah, Georgia says thanks, Vaughn, considering most of our items are under 200 each. Yeah. But I mean, that's the way to do it because it's hard to, it's easy to impulse buy. It's hard to say no when it's such a good price. So I'm just going to stretch that just a little. I think I need to reshape this. I'm going to pinch that, plop that, roll a tip, whoop. So it's good and able to tuck. And now I'm going to shape this around. There we go. Now this would be perfect, I think, for putting a little stone underneath if I had it. Like just a little gem or something, but and then I'm going to pet this down this way. Yeah, Randy and I figured, we were talking about it. We still need to do inventory today, and I know we'll get there. But we were talking about it, and we were like, we both think that we have enough. Yeah, we think, that's why we're double checking by actually doing inventory. But we think we have enough of the affordable, $5, $10, and $15 jewelry. But we both feel like we could really benefit from making some one-of-a-kind pieces. So that's what I'm focusing on today. So there's that one. Putting just a little tendril down here as well. And then just kind of tucking that tip behind. I want it to look, again, I want it to look like it grew like that. But I'm excited about the Moth Market because it's got such an affordable booth price as well. So I'll take it wherever I can get it. I feel like my eyes are failing me today, though. Let me get closer to the piece. Woo! Oh, it says, Yvonne, my husband is making prayers wheels, Native American. So far, he's sold one. I'm proud of him. That's awesome. There we go. And then we're gonna come and kind of tuck, y'all, because I would just go nuts if I could put this kind of detail into one of my dragon heads. You never know what's possible till you try, but I figure little pieces like this can be practice for sure. There we go. And I think I'd like to go like boop, boop, boop. I'm just pressing little dots into just that row. Oops. I think this might be better accomplished with one of these fine tipped ball styluses. Oh, I boogered that up. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, I don't want it lifting. Boop. Stop doing that. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Huzzah! texture. All right. And so then from there, what if we had another texture? Something that we could just roll. Now we'll do that one smooth, like how we did. But then I think I might want to do this texture on one segment. Let's try with this one here. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to have it off the side of my tile. Because I don't want the head of the tool to be getting in the way. It doesn't seem to though. But just rolling down the length like a textured rolling pin. There we go. And then I'm going to take the tip off. And then we can just roll. And we can place that right there. I'm going to kind of encourage that down. And then just encouraging that shape some more. Coming around. And then I think we're just going to cut it like right there. There we are. Like I kind of want to do, I want something that has that look of a heady wire wrap, but is just made out of polymer clay. Hey Amanda, how's it going? Oh, I missed what you had said. Amy had said, I think other artists and vendors appreciate the time and effort and talent that goes into pieces and want to honor fellow artists and encourage each other the way we do on this page. Yeah, I hope so. That's the vibe I get for sure. And so now we can start taking some of those little granules and just kind of popping them in. Do, 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 do. Okay. But before I get it too down and in the space, we can go and actually just lift this off a little. There we go. So I'm going to do, there's that one, and there's that one, and then I'm going to do a bigger one. I like threes. Hey, Salty Wench! Oh, it's a pendant! I thought it was the left hand eye of a mask. Oh, that would be cool though, wouldn't it? But I am practicing what techniques that hopefully I'll be able to take with me into our dragon masks. And then I'm just going to boop, plop that one down like that. And bonk, bonk. I liked it better without that one. So we'll just weed that out. Is that okay? Maybe a fourth one. Maybe I like sets of 4 too. I'm really drawn to making stuff that looks like eyes right now. Like when I get the one from that I finished up yesterday off the oven. When I take this one in to bake, I'll show y'all. I'm very, very pleased with how it came out, actually. But I'm in an easy to please mood today, so I'll take it. How's your day been, Amanda? What are you up to? Then I'm going to put a little granule right there. I'm going to get an end rolled here and an end rolled here. And we can actually go through and retexture this. So I'm just going to kind of roll it all back out. And then we're just going to roll, flump, oop. There we go. Oh, so close. You know, I think that worked out just fine. Pretty pleased with that. Then there's that one. Just popping a granule down. Yeah, it's getting to the point that's like, I don't know what else to do. Granule time. Dido. Granule time. And so this is where I really like, we've got an extruded piece. I've got my little cutter. Like my craft knife. I'm going to start from a clean cut end. And if I had this like set up on like a ruler or something that's super handy, I don't feel like messing with that. Well, it's also, I think it might be actually be like you're giving great information, Georgia, but I think it can also be a really good idea to go ahead and get an event under your belt, see how you like it, see how you recover from it, and kind of go from there. But to each their own. Okay, so I did, if I were doing it with a ruler, I'd have started with like 5 millimeters, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1 millimeter. And that would have given us a really nice gradient as far as our granules go. I'm about to re-sew on a facing. Had to unpick it yesterday after messing up on it. Oh no. I mean, it's wonderful to be able to have that option, but man, how are you doing? I'd be agitated out of my gourd. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. That's a good point too. Georgia says this is true, Vaughn. Great points. But if she gets hooked to the markets, this is the time to go ahead and sign up for some, as the season is drawing to a close. That is a good point. There's much to consider. But yeah, see how it just like do 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 do. Oh, mwah, chef kiss. And then I'm just gonna pinch off a wee bitty bit to finish off the end there. And now I'm gonna go through and use my ball stylus I want my warm coat for the winter. Already feels like fall. Dude, right? Like, here in our neck of the woods, it went straight from being like triple digits to just being in the 70s. It's like, I'll take it, but dang. I've got to go ahead and get my fall spinach planted. It's never too early or late to plant the first time. So this whole time I've just been working on the leaf to hopefully give the back a really nice imprint. Make sure that those white flies are good and in there. And I'm just going to add a little bit of texture right on the edge. And then, I find myself being drawn to maybe silver for this piece, or perhaps even mixed metal tones, as far as what Prolex pigments to use. Hey Randy, what do you think? I was thinking about doing like a silver gold copper blend.
Okay.
Or should I just do straight silver for the Prolex pigment to put on before it bakes?
Get wild with it. Do the multicolor.
Alrighty. Wild mode activate. We're going to start slow and kind of narrow down what sells the best. Gotcha. Okay, so that's the gold I'm going to use. There's the silver. This is a nice black that we could use. Then I'm going to use the super bronze. I feel like, should I do something there on the side? We can always put it on and test and see how we like it. Oh yeah, I think that balances it out really nicely. Oh yeah. It's very Zentangly and I like that. Okay, gonna blend these together. Trying to stay in frame. Ooh, now this will be a cool opportunity to maybe make the edge of our leaf sort of toothed. So how would we want to do that? Up and in like that? Yes. And so this is giving us, hopefully, good contact on the side of our piece, as well as it's giving us more of that texture that I just love. And then coming in from the other side, pressing up and in, and we can tidy up that tip just a little. Press, press, press. press. Ooh, you seen that one? It kind of almost just cut up and in, and that's all right. Sometimes these things happen. And you can always choose to just change up. Maybe this spot's going to be a different texture. This isn't what I planned, but this is what's happening, so here we are. I'm going to blend it in a little bit more like that here on this side too. Now the nice thing about this is we can sand it after baking. So let's see. I want to use, well, that's a perfectly fluffy scrubby brush. But I've got this one that already has, this is the one I usually use. It's like a doe foot. Oh, that is some shimmery, sparkly silver. But okay. So I'm starting off by just using whatever was left in my brush. And then let's go to this antique silver. This is a little bit more of a finer grained pearlex pigment. And I'm just taking advantage of this unbaked stage of the clay to burnish in some shimmer pigment, and then we'll be painting this afterwards. Sabea says, I make sun catchers, beaded and macrame plant holders. I also do jewelry amongst other things. Summer would have probably been a better time to start markets, but ayo, better late than never. It's never too early for people to Christmas shop. So perhaps they'll be getting them for Christmas gifts for friends who love summer vibes. Or you can make spooky plant holders. I know, I love the sun catcher that you made. I keep it in the kitchen. And it is beautiful. Okay, and now I'm going to blend this sunset gold into the silver. How you doing, baby? Yeah? Are you ready to start looking at some inventory?
Sure, I guess.
Oh, it's from our to-do list from like 2 days ago.
Oh.
So that's why I keep bringing it up. Because it's on my brain. And then I'm going to add just some little spots. Just do whatever you feel like. There's that. I'm glad you liked it. It was my first ever sun catcher. What? No freaking way. Well, you did super good on it. And then I'm going to do some copper. I love that. Now, my thinking is that all of this is going to get pretty antiqued with some like black acrylic wash. So don't judge it too much by how it looks now. And then I'm going to go back into the silver for up at the top. And again, just over blending like a, I don't want there to be clear lines of like this is I want it to be very like just faded. If I were doing digital art on my tablet, I'd be putting in the colored layers and then like maxing out the Gaussian blur. There we go. And so now we're going to try to peel it away from the back on the leaf. And I'm going to try my best to do just a little bit of blending wherever it's not holding on to itself well. Just making sure we have good contact all around those edges. All right. So I'm going to set that down. And I'm pretty pleased with that. Like, that's actually a quite thin pendant, but I think that'll be okay. And I'm wondering, do we put a hole through it, or do I make, like, a bail? We put a hole in it. If I were my needle tool, I'd be lost on my desk somewhere. There it is. Hehe. Georgia says butterflies are popular around here. Ooh, yeah. I saw a monarch butterfly the other day, and that made me so happy. I didn't even harass it or anything. Normally I'm like, let me touch you, because I know you're not supposed to, but I want to. I mean, I don't, but, like, I don't touch them. But I'm just like, boo. So there we have the hole for putting, I'd like to do like a pretty twisted wire bail. All right, so I'm going to go put this into the oven for 30 minutes because it's the only bake that it's getting. And that gives it time to come up to temperature. And then we'll get started on the next project. So I'll be right back. Oops. There we go. We are back, and these are the projects from the other day that you might have seen or remembered. Hey, Erica. I was just going to ask, how are you going to hang it? Gotcha. Yeah, I think on like a loop attached to a cute bail. So with this one, this is another way to do these, and I want to check and make sure that I can actually get this out, because if I can't, fortunately, there's enough wire that it could just be the loop, but I was going to try to have it where it could be strung through with like a beading cable or something. So let's see. I'm just going to grab it with some pliers. Nope, yeah, that's in there. Okay. Maybe square wire wasn't such a great choice, but this is fantastic because now I can just slide a bead on each end and we can do a wrapped loop. But then this one here, I gotta stress test it because if I don't, someone will. Yeah, that held together really nicely. There's a little bit of flex to it, but I think that's okay. But that's one of the tentacle hearts. And I was thinking about drilling down through it and putting a head pin through that away. And I mean, if I'm going to ruin one, it may as well be this one. There's the drill. Hey, Randy. Do you know where that fine drill bit you had gotten made it off to? Hey, Michelle, how's it going? All right, so taking out the big drill bit, we've got like a 1/16 drill bit that I'm going to try and see how that goes. I completely forgot to set a timer. Can somebody set me a 20-minute timer? Oh, Randy's going to get it. I'm such a bum. Thank you, you guys. I know you would. Thank you, Randy.
You talking about one of these?
Yes. Let's use this one. Thank you. Okay. So we've got I think this is a 1/16 bit. It might be a little larger, but we'll see. Woo! Michelle says, going good. I feel more human today. Oh, that is excellent news. Okay. So I'm gonna, I don't know which is better, to do it this way. Yeah, I can see better this way. All right, you guys, wish me luck. Whew, this makes me nervous. There it goes through the other side. And now we're extracting. Huzzah! Yee! Okay. That went better than it could have, for sure. There it is. Now let's check with our needle tool. Yeah, you can see we got a nice, just all the way through. And I think what we'll do is we could do an eye pin with a little dangle coming out. And I think that that'll be fantastic. So that'll be how we do that one. But yeah, do you see what I mean? Like, I really like eye jewelry here lately. So before I finish these two into finished pieces, which I'm so excited about, I'm nervous for the market. I hope we sell well. I hope we make like hella dollar bills, like money. I'm just greedy though. Like, I'm super greedy. Like, I could have a fantastic, I literally just had a fantastic event. And I'm like, I could use more money. Like, straight up. No rest for the wicked. Was sloth yesterday. Oh no. Sometimes you just gotta go full sloth mode. So I'm looking for my black acrylic paint I have found that's licorice. Licorice will be just fine. We did. I got the email late last evening, and we went ahead and paid for our spot, so we are in for the Moth Market. Like, I have no idea how big of an event it actually is. Like, I don't know how many, like, attendees they're gonna get, sort of thing. But I'm just excited just to be doing it at all. Because if it's a great show and we make a bunch of money, hells yeah. If it's a slow show, that's when we make our best friends. Like, I'm just saying. So either way, I know it's going to be a success. Because Randy and I bring the fun. We really do. Like, it's never a bad day when I'm working side by side with Randy. I mean, except for, you know, when it is a bad day and everything's going terrible, but we haven't had one of those since probably our last car wreck, so everything else we can get through. If I were my water bottle, it'd be right here. Okay. So I'm making an acrylic wash with just a little bit of paint and proportionately way more water than paint. Okay, so I'm gonna stir it in a little bit. I don't mix up all the paint all at once though, because we can always add more. And now I'm just going to come through and paint this onto our pendant. Like, do you see that that's a good watery consistency? There we go. Oh, I love that. Oh my God. Because I want it to show off the polymer clay and everything that's going on underneath, but I want that black acrylic paint to settle into all of those grooves and all the little sculpting details that we had done. I don't want to cover up our, not crystals, but little rhinestones that we had put in. I don't want to cover up that. And I don't want it to be so bogged down that there's just like water droplets. Like, I don't want it pooling too much. But again, we can always add more. Once we get an initial base coat of like a liquid put down, then we can continue to add more pigment as we go. I think that gives it a really cool, like, dark vibe. And then we can also, just with some clean water on our brush, clean, in this case, our dichroic glass. Ooh, I love that. But see how you can just like boop, touch, and it just goes. So I'm going to let that, I kind of wish I'd gotten it before, but I'm going to let that dry. And then for this one, I'm actually going to go like this and just get it wet, like in my hand. I'm going to want a glove up for this, I bet, but yeah, let me put a glove on. I'll steal one of Randy's gloves because it's right here. They're a little big on me, but that's okay. We perform at some of those events here in San Antonio, so they can get pretty big or can be small. It just depends on the venue. Oh, a Moth Market, really? You can see the sheen and stuff on it too from the pigment. It looks really cool. Eee, thank you. But I like it. Like, I want to make a bunch of like eyeball body chains or something. I don't know. Like, I'm feeling really drawn to spooky season this year. So we've put liquid, like we put water on all of these, on this whole piece, is what I mean by that. All of these little suckers. And I want to keep it very watery, very, very watery, because I don't want to obliterate the details by drowning them in pigment. But it's just enough that it brings attention to the spot, to the fact that there is a little spot there. And I'm really excited to see how, you know what I needed to do is I'm going to take this little sponge. I'm going to get some water onto the surface of it. And I'm going to blot the high points. And you could, instead of using the mica pigments and colored clay like how we did here, you could just paint it, like use bare gray clay to paint it, or to sculpt it, paint it after it's been baked, and then once that paint has dried, you can come through and do this antique layer. So if there's a crafter, there's a way, and you'll find your favorite the more you craft and the more you try and the more you do. But we don't have to get it perfect in the first draft. In fact, I often find the more layers I put into something, the more unique details it develops and the more it becomes its own. But yeah, just a nice high density sponge to just kind of lift some of that pigment just off the high surfaces. And again, don't forget, you can always dump paint water all over your lap. You can always add on some more pigment. You know, so if you want it to be a little darker, make it a little darker. So this one I'm going to experiment with just adding, I don't want to get it wet first. And I'm really curious to see how this goes. Yeah, I may like this even better. Because it's not diluting our pigment as I apply it. There we go. But yeah, so that's not applied, applied. And we can go much thicker and darker. If and so we want. You don't gotta nothing though, you can do whatever you like. And don't forget, we can always add more layers. So you don't have to get it perfect this layer, just get it on. Let's get it on. Oh, well, hey, Robin, how's it going? How are you doing today? You did? You caught a live, and we're still live. Now, one of my favorite things about using colorful clay, like how we have here, is I can actually go through with a bit of sandpaper. Do what, honey?
Did we finish the other bottle?
Not that I'm aware of. What other bottle? I don't know. They were two different medicines. So go ahead and open that one.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, we could go through with a bit of sandpaper and really lighten this up if we wanted to. And also with clean water, rinse in a manner of speaking, and remove pigment from high points. I just love little tentacle hearts. They make me so happy. And these ones really, oh my god, I love them when they're varnished. And then I'm going to set that down to dry. And now, and I do enjoy most having multiple pieces going at once, because now this one is just about dry and I can come through and carefully add some additional, like, oh, I want some more pigment here. I want a little more pigment there. A little more blood. Oh, I love it. I wonder if something like this could be done with like India inks. And if you find, like me, you've added too much liquid, you can just come in with more pigment on your brush and just kind of deposit that pigment on the surface of your piece. And now something that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get a big old glob of the paint. And I'm just applying it very heavily onto the back where I had sculpted this on a stamp. Just like how we did earlier in this live stream with the leaf, I went through and sculpted this on top of a stamp, and that way it's got a nice texture on the back. Just trying to get as thick a paint as I can, just about everywhere that I can, on specifically the back. And if I have any left, it'll bloop right into the tray. Nice and thick on the edges. Being very careful though to not bring my fingers around to the front of the piece. And now from here, we can use our little sponge to just block the paint. Hey Randy, could I get your help with something here in a moment?
Yeah.
I need fresh rinse water in my paint bucket.
Okay.
So if I pull all the brushes out, if you could just dump it, rinse and refill. Gosh, that'd be so helpful. Thank you. Oop. I just realized I've been rinsing my brushes and stuff in paint water from before Dragon Con. Okay, so now we just take this and we go, whoop. Do you see how it's removing or redepositing, depending, the paint off the highest surfaces? And so I'm actually just going to use the sponge inside a paper towel. Yes, that's going to give us the best result for what I'm looking for. So there's more than one way to antique a pendant. Robin says, I'm good today. Have been teaching grandkids how to make simple jewelry and to work with wire. Oh, right on. How are they liking it? I hope they're having a blast. And now I'm carefully wiping and blending the edge. There we go, just getting that set up in my hand. Trying to only touch where there's no paint on the surface currently so that I don't get more like fingerprints. I could have been tidier with the paint, but that ain't me. And sometimes it's not about doing it a certain way, it's about knowing yourself and just trying to work around that. Like, I don't need to do it the most efficient way, I need to do it my most efficient way. And sometimes that's just my favorite way, not because it's efficient, but if it's the way that I feel inclined to do something, I'm not going to make myself do something else that's less fun. Like, just for the sake of producing more product in a timely manner, because over time, like, yes, that gets me more product made in a short period of time, but it makes me like what I'm doing less over time as well. And it's more important to me to continue to like what I do than it is to just always be at maximum production. And this is a recent shift. Because we've seen people who do better art than I do. Like, they're more talented, they're more skilled, and they make better stuff than I do. Like, across the board. But they're so blasé about running their business. And if it's a hobby, that's one thing entirely. But the level of blasé that they are is they're like, man, our business is failing. Hopefully the universe will send us some good shows. And it's like, you can't do that. Like, so that's, to me, that's one end of the spectrum. Like, and I say you can do whatever you want, but I can't do that and get my bills paid. And that's whenever I'm making these judgments about, what is what that person doing a good or a bad idea? That's their own business. I'm looking at it on, is it a good or a bad idea for me to adopt, if that makes sense. But for me, it's like, I would be so stressed about whether or not my bills are going to be getting paid, like, the future exists. So trying to plan for that. But I also can't keep doing the maximum production mode. That's been just as bad, I think, for my, at least my creativity. I don't know how that translates. I mean, that translates by trickling down to everything. Thank you, baby. But, so I'm trying to just let myself enjoy what I'm doing and have that be what I'm aiming for. I want to get stuff made, yes, but I want to enjoy myself along the way. And that way, even if the craft shows don't go well, even if the money's not great, if the tutorial didn't get any views or this, that, or the other, I still had fun. Ooh, yes, please, honey. Sorry, I got so absorbed in what I was doing, I didn't realize the alarm was going off. Super duper loving that. That's the front and that's the back. Ooh, Robin says they love it. 9-year-old caught on quicker than I did as an adult. Neuroplasticity for the win. I was just going to tell you it's been 30 minutes. My alarm went off. Oh, thanks, Michelle. Well, that's just in time. Let's set these off to the side. Thank you for pulling that out, honey. I didn't expect myself to be ready so soon. I'm going to go bring it in.
Oh, okay.
I understand it's still real hot. He's a dope. Yes, dope. Yeah. $2.53. Is that just about lunchtime?
Yeah, well, it's 3 o'clock. So, yeah.
Are you feeling hungry for lunch, or can I keep crafting?
That's up to you.
Well, how's, like, your hunger meter? If you were to say, are you, like, half?
Yeah, about half.
About half? Okay. I'm going to push it a little longer then.
Okay.
That's a terrible decision. We should eat. I shouldn't wait until my needs are in the red before paying attention to them. But I am going to keep crafting. I think we're just going to have, like, lunch meat sandwiches for lunch. Oh, man, y'all. We went to the farmer's market on Saturday. Woo! And got some of the most delicious pears I have had in ages. Certainly better than anything I've gotten from the store ever. But also, oh, so good. So good. All right, so now this one's nice and piping hot, so I'm going to be sure to not put any of the antique on the stone. But I'm just going to put this on here and get it all settled down into the nooks and crannies. And so now you should be able to see pretty well, I hope. And I'm also just going to get some plain old Wawa over here too. In that way, because the heat from the clay right now is going to help the antique to dry, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Oh well, I'm going to keep going. Also, a larger brush is going to help us. There we go. I don't need to be using this, it's got 2 hairs in it, paintbrush to try to apply a broad wash. There we go. So I was like, man, I'm struggling. So this is just like a 1/4 inch angled brush. Angular, size 4. And see how that really changes the piece, I think. Like it certainly tones everything down by a bunch. By like a bunch, a bunch. But wouldn't it be cute to have like something like that, like on a body chain? Hey Randy, what do you think about if I make some products that are essentially this pendant that I've just made, but it's the pendant, instead of just being a pendant, is the focal point on a body chain?
Sure.
Yeah? What if I did that with this one?
If you want.
Okay. Because if we're bringing costumes to
The Moth Market.
the Moth Market, thank you. I was picturing moths and just spaced out. But, because I'd love to be able to pair a mask or a circlet or something.
Yeah.
Because this is before Halloween. So, like, from a marketing perspective, if I can have where the whole costume, mask, body chain, mask and body chain, be like less than $100, but if somebody wears it over like a little black dress or however they want to accessorize it, they're gonna be like, you know what's prom queen of a Halloween party? Like whatever that is, you'll be spooky queen, uh like for sure, at whatever Halloween event it is. Whether it's like for me, I'm probably gonna be sitting in my backyard or camping. So this is exactly the sort of thing that you could wear when you're trying to summon a Sasquatch.
Yeah.
A sexy Sasquatch. Sabaya says that would look awesome on a body chain. Well, I know what we're doing now. Robin, oh, you've made my day. This is polymer clay that I tried to make look like it's wire wrapped. So just you asking that absolutely 100% made my day. Right? Erica says amazing how a little paint wash makes a big difference, like 100%. I am painting on, Georgia, I'm painting on watered down acrylic paint. I'm going to be sealing this with a polycrylic, uh, like Minwax polycrylic varnish. Because it no sticky. Doo doo. Wee. Look at that. I freaking love it. I can't wait to see how this looks varnished. We gotta make it into a body chain, y'all. And then this is what my brain does. I have to confess to you guys. My brain literally just went, if I made one of these every day until Moth Market, how many of these could I get made? And it's like, that's an unrealistic expectation for production. But also, that's the logic that's gotten me this far. So, how many days is it between now and October 18th? It's at least 18.
At least.
At least. So I could get at least 18 of these made. That's my entire, like, that's the secret to our business, you guys, since 2008. Just asking myself, how many of these could I get made before insert arbitrary date? Or not arbitrary, because if it's our vending event, then that's my motivation point. But did you see how we built that up in layers? I hope any of that was in frame. Counting down the days for that camping trip. Made a bunch of wire spiders for Halloween, earrings, cuffs, pins. Oh, that's fantastic. We're going to be pulling all of our wire spiders off the website to take to the Moth Market, I think. Oh, girl, that looks so good. Go, Vaughn. It's your birthday. A month ago. It's important to cheer ourselves on, you guys. It is. But like, it just, I don't know. Anytime that I make something, I'm like, I've always my whole life wanted to make something like this. You got to stop and give yourself a little bit of a high five in the brain. Now, we must bother Randy about, what do you want for lunch, baby?
I don't know.
Are you busy in a thing?
Kinda.
Whenever you're not busy in a thing, can you make us tuna?
Yes.
And then I can eat it with crackers.
That sounds great.
Okay. Georgia, I was saying I'm going to be pulling the spiders off of the website to take with us to the Moth Market. Just to kind of bring a focus of inventory there. Just going to take the spiders off so they can try and sell them at the event that they're going to, but they're on there for now. If they sell now, then they won't take them. You get it. That's 100% it, Michelle. All right, I need to run around in a crazy panic for a moment. How do I make a body chain? I need Bertha. Bertha, darling. Or would it be better to use Ethel or Barbie? I'm going to use Ethel. Ethel, darling. You silly goose. Oh, thank goodness. She already has clothes on.
Yay.
Everything's okay. Because I did the whole domino thought process of if we wait until 4 o'clock to eat, then we're not going to be hungry enough for dinner, and then it'll be 9 o'clock when we're eating dinner again. So I was like, I better just ask Randy to make tuna.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay. So we got Ethel. And I'm going to get some things. It's that time of day. Put your craft stuff away. Like, I don't know. What's a good, like, Mr. Rogers style song for I gotta clean this crap up because I gotta put something else there. It's my favorite part of the live stream, when I take something from one part of my craft room and hide it in another part of the craft room. Right after I make everyone seasick by screwing around with a tripod. All right, there we go. Quit screwing around. Yeah, I think that'll be the angle that we take. Come with us, come with us to awesome town. Do. Wipe away your frown. Does anybody else sing "Okay, we gotta clean up now" songs to themselves? Like we're giant children. But heck, if it gets me to clean up my stuff, then it gets me to clean up my stuff. Clean up, clean up, clean up. All right. There we go. So we've got this. We're grabbing Ethel. Then I learned my spider wire wrapping from Yvonne and 2 other artists, then made it my own, such as my black widows are done with volcanic beads and nail polish for the red dots. Oh, that is so cool. Yep, the old clean up song. Clean up, everybody's gotta clean. And this is Ethel. keep her boobs on straight. So let's see. So I'm thinking put on music when I clean, and then it's like a dance clean party. Yes. That's the way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to go grab some 18 gauge 3/16 inch jump rings and my pliers. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got our smaller size of rings, and then I also have a larger size of ring because this is going to help me to decide where I want things hanging on the body chain. So it makes me wonder, I don't know if I want to do it there because I really personally like body chains that let you layer them with other necklaces. So I think, oh, it's dripping paint. I want it to sit right below, because I'm gonna be honest, sometimes you want to wear these by themselves. They look good. Like, that'll improve your mood immediately. Like, it's hard to not look like an absolute Aphrodite style goddess wearing just a body chain. So I want it to sit right over that, like, kind of center point of your sternum where it's framing underneath. And so even with the ravages of gravity and time that I'm experiencing, which is a blessing, however, wherever you need that to be, I still start at where the kind of gravity starts happening, that line, if that makes sense. And so, because the whole idea, like, so much of what I guess it's called fast fashion is just like slapped on a mannequin. Like, it looks good on a mannequin. But whenever I'm doing something like this, I want it to follow the natural line and forms of the person wearing it so that it looks like, just like how I wanted the wire wrap style polymer clay to look like it grew on the stone, I want the jewelry to look like it grew on the person. So that's my thought process behind putting that there. And so let's see. I gotta put my butt in gear and finish making the things I'm bringing for gifts for everybody for camping. Ooh, yes! Okay. And I'm gonna use, I've got this black ice chain here. I'm gonna do the nice and delicate of that. Which this is sometimes the spools from the Ring Lord come all super jank. That okay. Is a good enough price, I'll deal with it. I understand stuff happens in shipment. This is probably the 21 gauge. They've got like a 19 and 20 and 21 gauge maybe. I don't know. It's one of it's the thinnest one that the Ring Lord sells, whatever that measurement is. And I do want to check and make certain that our jump rings will go through this. Otherwise, I'm going to need to go grab a different size of jump ring. They do! Hot dog! Look at that! I love it. All right. So now that we've tested that, I've got a nice flat chain that usually sits very comfortable behind the neck, but we can also, for the sake of matching, use this, feels like a 20 gauge. I don't know. Maybe that one's 22 gauge, this one's 20 gauge, and the other one's 19 gauge. I don't know. You'll have to just check out the Ringlord website and find the numbers for yourself. So I've got that one, or is this one a better match? This one's a lighter silver. I'm going to go with it. So now I can just, and I love my spool wall, you guys. This is actually the first time that I've been able to use my spool wall. Do you see this, honey? I'm able to just have the spool be there and I just pull off of it.
That's great.
All those years ago when you helped me rearrange this and set this up, I'm finally getting to utilize it. Not all seeds sprout overnight. Okay. So using my wire snips to just cut it on the link. And then, and for now, I'm just going to have this where, oops, it just hooks over the neck, but I will be adding an adjustable, like a feature that makes it adjustable later on. This is just for doing the mock-up. Because once I get this body chain figured out, I'm going to do more or less the same chain drape style on, I'm going to try to make 5 of these. So there's that. Hey, Christina, I'm thinking of you. I'm making body chains. I always think you when I make body chains now. I missed you this year as I could not go to Craft Along with Vaughn. Oh. Yeah, the Craft Along's still coming up. But how's Dragon Con? It was freaking awesome. Dragon Con was. It was just, oh, it was everything we needed it to be. We were so busy. Like, we don't, I mean, you've helped us there. You know how it's like. We didn't even get, like, we don't get to leave the booth to look at anything. So if it doesn't walk by our booth at Dragon Con, we just don't see it. But that's okay. It's a work weekend. That's what happens. But still, so much cool stuff walked by us at Dragon Con. And my favorite is that we sold, of the 17 heads, we sold all but 3. So that's, I think, one of the biggest successes we've had as far as dragon heads go. That's the most we've ever brought, and that's the least we've ever brought home, I think. So that's it with just if we were doing this as a pendant. That's the loop I put through it. It still has a fair bit of flex to it. So that's okay. But what I think I'd like to do, yeah, this is becoming evident to me, which is a shame because I already painted the back, but we're going to need to add on another layer to this. Another layer of clay. So I'm going to take that ring out, and we're going to come back over here to our work surface. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set rings in this, and I'll show you how I mean. Hey, Randy, when you have a chance, like when you go to make the tuna, could you get the oven preheating again? I turned it off. I thought I was done sculpting, but I was wrong.
Okay.
Thank you.
275.
275, yeah. Amanda asks, did 2019 sell? No! 2019 and Celestial do what?
The bum.
The bum, says Randy. No, it's 2019 turned a lot of heads, but the price on that one is $1,000. It was one of the 2 that we had it marked at $1,000, and Steam was the other one, and Steam sold, but 2019 did not, which is okay, because now I get to make a whole rest of the costume to go with it. Dragon Con is very expensive, but they're a one-of-a-kind convention. The fact that we can go there and make a profit at all blows my mind. All right, I'm gonna condition some more. No, I really need to do it out of something that's not gonna... But if it flexes, that's a good thing. Yeah, I'll just take the risk and we'll make it super flexible. Because, like, you can see here, this is too much flex. If I didn't know and trust this product, I would, as a customer, I would feel like that is too flimsy. So what I'm gonna do is look around. Well, let's get our clay conditioned first. And that's a good thing too, I think, that we made our pendant so thin to start with, because now we can afford, you know, we have the space to grow it a little thicker. Amanda says poor in 2019. Yeah, that's okay though.
He's a bum rock.
Randy says he's a bum rock. Georgia says, so baking the clay after you've painted it doesn't ruin your finish? Not that I've noticed, and I figure I'll just, because I haven't put the varnish on it yet. Usually if I put the varnish on it, I'm not going to bake it again just because it might crack or discolor or bubble or, you know, you never know. And usually by that point in a project, I don't want to risk it for the sake of science. But whenever it's just the acrylic paint, I figure I can always just paint back over it. Your dragon is still waiting for you. The red one didn't sell at Dragon, so it's waiting for you. Man, that'd be something else. There we go. Rolling that up. Rolling these out. Just to get that initial conditioning. That way it'll go through the pasta machine without going everywhere. And I'm still just on the second setting, which I think I'm actually going to go to the thickest. So setting 1. Georgia says, I bought one of Vaughn's dragon masks last year. It hangs on my living room wall next to my Cherokee booger mask. That's so cool. I really appreciate that. I hope you still enjoy her. I'm glad she gets to grace your home. There we go. Pasta machine. And I'm going to condition it just a few times more. Man, my workstation is such a wreck. It's kind of stressing me out. I'll take care of that after today's stream. It's so much nicer to tidy up the workshop at the end of the day, because it gives a sense of closing to the day as well. That helps me to kind of mentally go home from work, even though we work in our home. Alright, there we go, and that's on the thickest setting. Where'd my leaf go? Do we still have the leaf? Ow. Waste not, want not. Just getting that imprint. And you could do this with a rubber stamp as well. Or you could roll out a sheet of polymer clay and make your own texture plate, like sculpt it into the clay, bake it, and from there you could spritz it with some water or dust it with some cornstarch and roll another piece of clay on it as your homemade texture plate. Okay. So I'm going to use my craft knife to cut out around the edge. There we go. Pull in towards the front. That way it doesn't, I don't want to disrupt the connection. Though really, I guess it didn't matter as much because I am going to be putting rings in between the two layers. And I'm going to leave this leaf just backing on there. And then we can peel it off when we're all said and done. But you can see what a nice texture that leaves. And so now from here we get to take, I'm going to put the closed side of the ring into the clay so that all that's protruding is the closed part of the ring. And I think that'll be great. But I'm going to bring this one down just a little bit. That way we can still utilize that hole if and we want to. And I'm going to be using a layer of liquid Sculpey to join these pieces together extra well. So there's one. Let's get some water in us. Ooh. Michelle says that's so awesome. I'll be wearing mine at the Texas Renaissance Festival. Oh, I missed a whole bunch. I wish we could post pictures here to show you. Right? That'd be so cool. I bought one this year too. I get to get it when we go camping. Yes. I think I'm gonna ride down with it in my lap. Amanda says, and Randy says I'm gonna have to. Yeah, the way we pack for camping. Amanda says, I have an ocean dragon I bought last year, and she hangs in our den. She's the first thing you see when you walk in. Ah, that is so cool. Oh, like that's so cool. I have to tidy up my work area before I start working on the gifts for camp trip. Yup. Clean up, clean up. Looks like I'll have to go to DragonCon next year and get there early just to get my pick of the dragons. They're very special. Oh, Christina. Oh, shit. Like, I don't even know what to say. You leave me speechless. Michelle's going to be wearing hers at the Texas Renaissance Festival. Amanda says, just finished unpicking the rest of the facing. Now perhaps to get to sewing. Oh. Oh, that's cool that you weave. Purchased right as they were leaving. I confirmed my purchase right as they were leaving for Dragon. They were at the end of the driveway and I confirmed yes. And so they took her out and put her back in the house. Yep. Well, there's no sense in taking her on an adventure to Atlanta if she didn't have to go. Savannah says, Michelle, I knew that had to be you. Oh. Ooh, y'all going to the Ren Fair. That's fun. Maybe Randy and I should go to a Ren Fair. 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Ooh. I'll have to go get that one off the floor. And so now I'm going to close each of these. And it would be wise of me to dig out my grid board. But I'm not gonna. It would be wise. That ain't me. A third one that you've been to this year? What were the other two? Wow, I own 10 looms, from a 46-inch 8 harness floor loom to inkle looms. Are those the wee bitty ones? Weaving is such a handy, versatile skill to have. They have one in New Braunfels, and they have one in Austin, close to Austin, and those have already happened. So this is the third one I'll go to this year. Oh yeah? Is the Atlanta Renfest, is that the same as or different than the Georgia Renfest? So I'm just positioning them with a little bit of a gap of clay in between, and I'm aiming for the same amount poking out each time. I think I'm only going to do that many. Excuse me.
You just want one can?
Yes, please. And so now the rings will be embedded. I'm going to do a little bit of the Sculpey liquid clay. I think I'm going to go ahead and unpeel the back off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Man, that really is in there. Okay. Whoop. There we go. That's a really nice imprint. Oh, I love it. A little bit of leaf stuck in there, that's okay. And so now we're going to get our tile. And we're going to go ahead and place it here on the desk. Ooh, I should make matching earrings with the little imprint areas. Now I don't feel like waiting all day for this to come down.
I don't know about this watermelon.
What about that watermelon, Randy?
It don't got it.
It got a big old boot?
Yeah.
Blossom end? We learned a trick about watermelons. Apparently you're supposed to check the booty end, the blossom end. And if it's got a little blossom end, that's supposed to be a good melon. So, of course, for science, we had to get a watermelon. So I'm just frosting the cake here. Just getting it down in and between and around. Because I bet using like a twisted square wire would be fantastic for this. Lots of texture to hold on into the clay. Yes. Just that with the rings and add stuff would be cool. That would be cool. Oh, to like add your own stuff? Or just have some little charms hanging off. I freaking love that. I freaking love that a bunch. Y'all, I kind of want to make belly dance belts that are this. Oh, that would be so pretty. Okay. I know what I'm doing in my life for the next forever. Until I get distracted by something else equally or more so inspiring. My house watermelons are for chickens, though they're not so impressed. Oh, really? Are y'all not fans of watermelon? I mean, I've had some weak sauce watermelons that if that was the best watermelon, I wouldn't be that into them either, but we get some really good melons around here. Oh, right. Georgia says, I'm glad I stuck around to see you do that, Vaughn. Oh, the way I added the rings, or yeah, to put like little charms under it. Like just like that leaf type shaped piece with a leaf pattern on it with the little chains. You can add like little flowers. Oh, I love that. Yes. See, this is why playing with ourselves is important. Well, in the craft room. Playing in the craft room. Oh, jeez.
Am I making the tuna the way I make it?
Yes. No, I don't think I would enjoy any balsamic vinaigrette in mine.
Okay.
But other than that.
Well, come on.
Okay, it's ready?
Yeah.
Ah! I'll be right back, you guys. Wait, is that the end of the live stream, or am I just eating food?
I don't know. That's up to you.
I really wanted to get down with this body chain. That way it's all in one video and I can edit it down.
Okay.
Alright, I'll be back, you guys. I'll be back in a minute, y'all. Well, yes, but you already did the lemon juice, so we can skip the mustard. Alrighty, y'all. I'm so sorry about that. I had to go get some food. Lunchtime. It's just tuna and nut thins. Ooh, new Demon Slayer movie comes out on Friday. Yeah, you didn't like the water part. Gotcha. Okay. So let's see. We're gonna zoom in on this. And I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna think about what I've done.
Take my spoon.
I did. I think on the next one I make, I'm going to do more three-dimensional texture. I want to do like a braid. That would be really cool. Do what, love?
Did you not want any cheese?
No, I'm good. Okay. So another thing I want to show you guys is I kind of want to make this. Let me set this off to the side. But like, I think this would be a pretty cool costume. And it's basically just a remake of my Maple Leaf, like Wild Guardian style. As well as like these armbands where I did them in my Wild Guardian as well as my Spyro costume. And I really like them. Because no dissing, I got really, like, I've very strong arms, but I do have very thick arms, so there's a lot of real estate there, and I really love how it looks, you know, having an upper arm bracer with a little bit of leaves. Like it makes me feel so much more fully dressed than just having my full bare arm exposed. And then the corset, this would be very similar to the old Wild Guardian. I'm still not entirely certain how I'm going to be joining the cups. I think I'd like to buy a Prince Armory pattern. And figure out how to join that with my corset pattern that I enjoy so much. Because like this one, here you can see this corset has these latches down the front and center. I love that iridescence. Like I freaking love this. But on this one, it wouldn't have that. This would be one solid piece, probably with something tooled or maybe gems set down the tummy, or some kind of cool like Celtic knot. But then the side panel, and then coming around back to the texturing. I really want to get the cordage under control. There's just so much of it. I love the sleekness of ribbon, but I love the stretch of the shock cord. So I'm wondering if I can find like a 1/4 inch elastic that's like that's more like a shock cord than dinky 1/4 inch elastic. Like, you know what I mean? Do it, honey?
Did we ever order more shock cord?
We didn't. We have a big old spool of it there, And we also just ordered the tent pole instead of getting the stuff to fix it ourselves.
Okay.
Because it was the same price, but for exactly what we need. I thought I had these leaves somewhere. So this is a rough draft concept, but like this line right here is where the leaf would be joining the corset. And I thought it'd be really cool to do like 2 layers of slightly different leaves. Like they're the same here for the ease of drawing it, so I could just copy paste the layer and resize it. But I really love it when they don't perfectly line up. But that's how that would be in the front and in the back. So in the back it would be like this, but then pretend like this leaf is still here. There'd be an additional leaf added in on this side and an additional leaf added in on this side. That way the whole booty's covered with leaves. But again, the concept is the same, that you'd have the centered up back panel and you'd have, this is where it joins into the corset, where it would then lace up. And I think I'll have this to where it snaps in underneath on the corset. That way I can take this off to go to the restroom or to get in and out of the corset, because I don't want there to have to be a split down this part. I just want to split down this part. So it's like that would be the corset. And then this would just snap up underneath like that. But I'm not going to have to be dealing with the complex layers of adding on a belt, because belts just slide right off my butt. So, and then this, what we've got going on here, is a high-low tutu. Made out of these spools of tulle. So very, but the ends are cut at an angle. So it's a very pixie cut style petticoat. And what I mean by that is it's very short and spiky in the front, and it's very big and floofy in the back. So just like the tutus from our old tutorials, but with more of a train in the back. Is my thoughts, is what I'm thinking. And then I could basically make this in certainly spring and autumn tones.
No, sorry.
With very minimal changing from the leaf motif to a petal motif, because you can see the leaves are repeated up here and repeated around on the armband. Replace that with like lily petals, like that kind of long oblate, kind of curved strategically at the end petal shape, and suddenly now you can do this, you know, as any floral color combination that you can imagine. I mean, you could do it to the leaves too, but I think it adds a really nice element to mix it up with floral. You could also probably do it with feather motifs, cutting the leather instead of a leaf shape or a petal shape, just cut into a feather shape. So very, very similar. Like they're right parallel in the techniques, but they get very different results. This is the costume product line that I would like to bring to Dragon Con next year. What do you think of that, honey?
Mhm.
I just recorded the whole sales pitch for the idea to you.
Oh,
For you can rewatch it later.
sure.
But I had all the examples and everything, and this way future us can come back and look at this and be like, ah, that's what she was talking about.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and fairy wings.
Sorry, I was distracted by celestial dragon being like, "This is absolutely beautiful." how can I pay?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The link, I sent her the link.
Okay.
Is how she can pay. Like, if you want to reply,
No.
well, I'll do that after the stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't like the way I reply.
That's fair. Y'all. I just sold this dragon head. Basically, like, the client's happy, so I gotta go get it listed. Mama's gotta go make some money. I'll see y'all in our next live stream.
Did you finish the body chain?
No, I didn't finish the body chain.
Well, you said you were going to.
I lied. I'm going. Bye. Well, let me catch up. Let me catch up on comments. I haven't checked the comments in a minute. Give me just a sec. I'll check the comments and then go make some bills get paid. And then probably have a shower. I'm destitute. Like, probably. Okay. So that lady was interested. Okay, wait. What happened? We put the rings on it to add stuff. Yes? You didn't like the water part? Okay. Love that. Love, love. And when are you making this costume for? I think I'm going to start now. Like, not today, but like, oh, Z-Dog. Probably directly after the camping trip, we'll start really knocking out the design. And then have them debuted at Dragon Con next year. Because I think that'd be just the perfect thing to go with the dragon head in some of the instances. So that lady that was interested, as long as you did the changes, she's getting it. Okay. Wish me luck, you guys. Oh my god, this would be amazing because, like, okay, I will see y'all in our next live stream. There's no telling when that is, so be sure to click the notification bell. And,
It could be later today.
it could be later today. It's probably not going to be later today. Could be tomorrow. It might be tomorrow. We will see y'all.
12 months from now.
Randy says, could be 12 months. We're leaving. Goodbye. Mwah. Happy crafting, you guys. Otherwise.